Hey everyone, I'm here with my dad, and we've got FSD 12.3.6 on his Hardware 3 Model S, and we have to go run to Best Buy to return an EV charging adapter, so we're going to see how the latest version does. Take me to Best Buy on Pacific Coast Highway. Alright, great. Let's go. You know, it's interesting checking out the EQS, and it's got a lot of nice stuff, really comfortable interior, really great, ride comfort.
Correct.
But I just love the simplicity of the software on Tesla, the full self-driving and everything. It's like, for somebody who cares about a simple UI and, functionality like this, that's really what their selling point is. A lot of people thought it was that they were electric, but I think it's really that they were the first car that was software from top to bottom.
Correct. That advantage Tesla has, that they started ground up all EV, and what I felt being in the it always, by the way, gets confused here, but if it sees the door open, it might change. But
the first version of 12, it used to do it correctly, but now it always kind of passes the gate before it opens. This is a motion sensitive gate, so it needs to creep up to it to get it to open.
Yeah, well, it's actually I'm not sure if it's a motion sensitive or just a load sensitive, but whatever. What I was saying is, what I feel after driving Mercedes EQS is, what Mercedes has done is taken their regular S-Series S-Class car and put batteries and the electrical motor on it, which, is fine with 330-mile range. So that works fine because the car in itself didn't change. The seats, the air suspension and everything else is identical, except for now it's being driven by batteries and motor rather than internal combustion engine. While as with Tesla, what I felt was their initial goal was, can we make the car, work on batteries, and they completely redesigned it with that, and the whole car from ground up had to be designed. So while Tesla is significantly better in software interface and FSD technology and everything else, when it comes to the tech aspect of it, I feel that Tesla, probably has made a deliberate decision not to focus on making Tesla's interior look like Mercedes interior, right? They are more sporty, minimalistic, modern design approach. But for sure, the shock absorbers could get better in Tesla, especially on Model S, since it's a luxury model, and make the rear passengers and the front passengers feels more comfortable that way. So that's an easy engineering challenge to overcome, as compared to Mercedes trying to catch up to them on the rest of the tech, which is a huge uplift for them.
Right. And did you see the news today that they are bringing FSD to China? They've got it running in Germany now. They're demoing it to people there. So they're really trying to scale this across the world now that it's starting to work well in the US.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, I think the fact that they already have Teslas in China and Germany, so which means they have the training data, collected training data, hopefully, and it should be easy to roll it out there. And what I am actually impressed with, which is very rare, is how easily Elon is able to convince the authorities and everybody else to give them the approval. Normally these processes are huge red tape.
Right.
It's more difficult than
it takes a lot of skill to navigate.
Exactly. So they didn't have to go to the Congress and pass a bill and all of that stuff, and there are no hearings. It's just go ahead and do it, and now we'll have China, we'll have Europe, and of course Australia's coming down the road, hopefully, and UK. and you pretty much have most of the countries where the mapping is done at a very detailed level
Yeah.
established. So then
Right.
you can go to the rest of the countries where the maps still need to be updated.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a harder challenge. But yeah, I mean, it really does seem like it's turning a corner. We were debating Dan O'Dowd on Spaces today, and he was saying, "Oh, it's failing all the time." And I was just saying, "What are you talking about? I mean, it does almost all of the drives now without any intervention."
Correct. I mean, you need Dans of the world who are pessimistic because they allow us to make things safer. So the world is more balanced when you have both optimistic people and pessimistic people. Otherwise, we wouldn't have invented parachutes for airplanes, right? Or pilot's eject button, right?
Yeah.
These were all pessimists that were thinking about the crashes. So whoever this Dan guy is, um, if he's saying, oh, you know what, it's failing, uh, remind him of the diapers story when they were first introduced. They were leaking, and if the diaper company would have said, oh, you know what, diapers are leaking, let's not release in the market, we wouldn't have improved diapers as fast as we could. So it's always a compromise between speed and the risk of getting to the market a little early.
Yeah.
So in this particular situation, I don't think Tesla's taken any risk because it is a supervised FSD. So it's not like they're saying you can go run with it without paying attention to the road. And it nags a lot. It watches your eyes. It actually, to be honest with you, I use it every time. I feel like it's making me more focused on the road than I did before. And I told you this last
Yeah.
time, your mom, she now tells me, put it on FSD because you don't drive, you drive bad, you're all over, you get distracted. So with FSD, she knows that it won't allow me to get distracted. It won't allow me to check text messages on my phone or any other distraction that we as humans are commonly distracted with.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people sort of ignore that the most dangerous thing we can do is nothing. If we just kind of sit here and we say, oh, it's not safe, what can we do? We don't want to risk it. Then we're going to end up nowhere. We're going to end up with 1 million people dying every year, like with all the years before. Somebody actually needs to push hard on this and say we have to get it done and push regulators and make it happen. Otherwise, it won't get done and people will keep dying.
Yeah, and also it's not like we're coming up with a new windshield wiper technology, right? This is unprecedented. This is a game changer. This is a revolution, and probably bigger than the internet and anything else was seen. So for such a big change, there will be some risks taken by individuals and the companies, and combined, we'll come up with, and this is what America is all about, right? We have always done that. We have always taken risk. People have, unfortunately, sometimes even died in making some technologies for which the world's now a better place. So absolutely, as long as it's calculated and we are 99.99% sure that it works, which it does, absolutely take the chance, and let people know what their responsibility is and treat them like adults, not like babies. Oh, you guys are not capable enough to drive it, let my engineer first drive it. No. Then you're not really testing it. You need to test different style of drivers, different type of people, different type of thinking, not just the engineers that work in your company. Though that's not a good test. You'll still leave out a lot.
Right. Yeah, I think there's no way to really say that it's ready for the world without showing it the world.
I mean, look at this drive. We've been, 5 minutes on this drive, 6 minutes? So far, neither you nor me have made any comments on how it's driving, because it's driving just like safe, qualified driver would drive. And look at this. I mean, I love this fact that it feels like, oh, you know what, I can safely go to the right lane It does that. So it's no longer using that if then else machine
Yeah.
algorithm, right? It's using common sense, and that's where we're going now. Is the new AI technology that allows it to behave like human and make calculated, rational decisions.
Right. And I think the amazing thing for me with these latest versions of 12 is you're starting to see how it can actually be better than human. At first, it's okay, this is a toy. It's making so many mistakes. Yes, it can drive technically, but why would I use it? It's so uncomfortable compared to my own driving. To now, it's getting to a point where I can't even drive as smoothly and comfortably as it drives. I can't
Totally.
stop as smoothly, and then you notice it's starting to see things before you. It stops. Oh, why is it stopping? Oh, there's a pedestrian there. I didn't even see that they were entering the crosswalk until after the system responded.
Well, it's got more eyes than
Yeah.
you and me. It can see farther because where they're placed, and we can place them even more of those down the road. And let's not forget, the processor will get faster and faster. So everything we do in this
Yeah.
world will look like a slow motion to our computers in these cars. So yes, it will supersede humans for sure. It'll be safer, and there's no emotions, and there's no irresponsibility. Remember, you have few drinks, you think you're not drunk, you
Right.
get in the car. People do that all the time, and when their blood alcohol is tested, it's pretty high, and they act surprised. None of that with cars if they drive themselves. Okay, watch
Right.
this.
No intoxication.
No emotional
No
distraction.
emotion. No road
Yeah.
rage.
Nobody calling you on the phone and you're like, oh my god, arguing with that person, and then you bump into somebody. None of that. So pros are very well defined. I think the key really is, at what point is it safe to release technologies like this to ordinary average citizens under the supervised mode or label, right? That's the argument and the solution. And my answer to that is that this is the right time. Yeah. And because now we're on that last mile, and we need to go ahead and so here this car is parked in this lane, and our car has to figure out, oh, beautiful, very well done, safely. So another
Now
car
it's
parked.
making the same mistake.
Now it realized that, came back, and now
It's trying to
gonna-
make a right turn
yeah,
up there.
it has to make a right turn, of course, but it's very unusual for cars to allow car parking into the fast lane, into the right lane there. But that
Well, no,
street,
people park there every day.
yeah, that street allows it. So this FSD wasn't just expecting it.
Mhm.
Okay, so now it has to go. It should have actually come from that side, but it has to go cut into that. Oh, okay, I didn't know there was a cut here. Wow, this is just recently done. I don't know when it got it. Okay, so this is tricky. A lot of cars coming in now, so it has to wait for all the traffic to clear, and be safe enough to go over that little dip in that entrance to the parking lot there. And mind you, the cars are coming at high speed. They're not traveling like 20 miles an hour. They're like 40, 50 miles an hour. So let's go after this small mini bus there. There you go. And let's see if it slows down the dip. Not, a little bit, yeah. I would do the
Pretty
same.
good.
Yeah, pretty good. And another dip here. Car coming out of the parking lot. This car being cautious, monitoring the driver's intentions. Pretty well done. Okay, make left for Best Buy. There you go. Find a parking spot. Let's see. It's almost there. Yeah. It can actually just drop me in front of the gate there. But
Yeah, that seems like kind of what it's doing.
yeah.
But let's see. Let me tell it actually to take me over here, and let's get it to auto park. Because I think we got this new vision-based auto park. So let's see if we can try that out. can just go in myself.
Yeah, let's
actually,
do the,
yeah, there's
let's do the
showing some
autopilot.
spots. So here's how you do it. I don't know if you've used this before.
No, I haven't.
But, so you just go into a parking lot.
Uh-huh.
And then, let's see, it needs to detect the spot.
A lot of parking spots here.
There you go.
There you go.
So you just pick what spot you want with the scroll wheel.
Uh-huh.
So I'll pick, this spot. And you click it.
Okay. And is it going to reverse?
Mhm.
Wow. Beautiful. Between the lines. Perfectly done. Nice. Does it always go reverse or does it go ahead?
It can do
Depending
either.
on the parking, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow.
All right, there you go.
And it unlocked the car.
All right, we just finished returning the adapter. We found it much cheaper on Amazon. And, yeah, let's go back home now. Okay, pulling directly out of the parking spot. I like that. So it seems
The car is a little
seems a little confused about what to do here.
Yeah. And pretty good. Pretty
Got a
good.
little close to that car. Seems like it figured out it needed to turn left a little late there.
Yeah. But it also figured out that it can make the turn, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's see if it does right or left here. I hope it does right, because otherwise that getting across so many lanes is kind of a pain in the neck. So hopefully it's gonna go straight and make a right and go to the traffic light. That's what it's doing. Nice. I like that. That's a better approach than last time. Remember last time it did
Impressive ability to get out of the parking lot.
Yeah. So this is where the actually smart summon will basically do the same thing, right? What it just did.
Right.
Figured out.
That could be really cool. It could pick us up right from Best Buy.
Somebody's got mad at us.
No, that's not us. That's
okay.
a different situation.
Oh, different situation. So yeah, actually smart summon will do exactly the same thing, right? You press the button. Did you see a little bit of hesitation there?
Yeah.
It knows both lane goes left.
I mentioned this. A lot of times when it's turning left, it goes back and then completes the lane change.
Yeah.
And I tweeted about this, and then Elon responded, yeah, we fixed that in 12.4, but 12.3 has these issues. Those are smaller updates.
Yeah.
So I think 12.4 is the big update that's coming soon. That one's going to be really cool. And that one should add the ability to reverse and actually smart summon. So we've been waiting for that one for a long time.
To be honest with you, I kind of like this hesitation of the lane change and then coming back, going. It makes this FSD feel like more human-like. You know how sometimes... So I initially thought maybe they deliberately left it in to give that human-like feeling. Remember early on software, how we used to kind of do animations on the page turns, like the page would actually turn on a book, on the ebooks. So I was like thinking, like, is this something they're trying to show? Okay, it's thinking like human being. Let me check that lane. No, that lane doesn't go left. Let me go back onto this one. So, but I guess it's a bug. If Elon said they fixed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously just a little uncomfortable and kind of doesn't feel very confident. So I think it is definitely something to be fixed, but it is also something that humans can do if they feel unsure about the lane change.
Wow. Look at the confidence of that turn.
Yeah, in old versions, it would see that car also trying to turn left, it would freeze.
Yeah.
But this was smart enough to know that it wasn't in the way.
And we are on assertive mode, so I don't know if it would do the same thing on the chill mode, but I like it.
And it's amazing that this car has hardware 3 from, 2019.
No, this is not a 2019 car.
I know the hardware was designed in 2019.
Oh yeah, probably before 2019. Yeah.
It came out in 2019.
But this is a 2023.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's still running hardware 3.
Yeah.
And hardware
But
3
it has
does
a
really
faster
good.
processor though.
Yeah, it has the Ryzen MCU, but it's essentially any car since October 2016 can run this. And it's running extremely well on hardware 3.
Yeah.
Like, it runs just as well as my hardware 4 car, if not better.
Yeah. And the cameras are also not same resolution, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yours is
Yeah,
better.
that's the crazy thing, is the cameras are just 1.2 megapixels each. And it can drive on that. I mean, that's pretty crazy. I would have never thought that was possible. And to drive with this level of smoothness on 1.2 megapixel cameras, it feels so human-like.
Yes. So I noticed that your speed is set to auto.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't set mine to auto for 2 reasons. One is that it detects those truck signs incorrectly and it gets stuck at 28 miles per hour after that, until the next sign comes in, which is way down the road. So that frustrates me. And then the other thing is, sometimes I do want to go faster than what the auto thinks it should go, and sometimes I do want to go slower than what the auto thinks. But what has your experience been? I mean, have you had those 2 points where you wish you could adjust the speed?
Yeah, I understand those complaints, but you can always turn it off if you're in a situation like that. Overall, I feel the auto speed adds a lot to the driving experience. It just drives much better. It's better at choosing the appropriate speed than the manual sort of speed offset. So I'm sort of just accepting some of the downsides of it for now.
Mm-hmm.
And hoping that it'll get better, which I think it'll continue to do. If you think about, obviously, a fully autonomous car, we're not going to be setting the speed.
Correct.
It's going to have to determine everything itself.
So this is a difficult right turn with cars coming at very high speed and no traffic light. Okay, so
it's tough to see with the visibility there, but it was able to kind of intuit anyway that there was a gap or that traffic was ending. It's very interesting how it's able to do that. I think it can kind of see traffic getting thinner at the end and then know, okay, this is our opportunity. So good.
Yeah. This guy is driving too slow. Let me change the lane. Exactly as I would do it.
You just don't have to do anything. I mean, we literally got in the car in the parking spot, pushed a button, and it's just taking us where we need to go. That's crazy that this technology exists. And it works.
By the way, I've noticed sometimes it does a lane change without blinkers, but when the street is completely empty, back and front. Have you encountered that?
Only here on Crenshaw. That one spot. I think it's probably that it can't see the lane lines maybe and is just trying to position itself in the lane, or I don't know why. I guess it's just some type of bug. Okay. Maybe it is doing a lane change but just isn't indicating for some reason.
No, but it does indicate if there are cars behind me. And
it's almost like it's treating it as a merge. So it could be like incorrectly identifying it as a merge.
Could be. Or maybe it's saying there's nobody behind in front, safe to go ahead and change the lane.
I don't know. Yeah, but it should be indicating.
Right? It should still be indicating even though there's no traffic.
Yeah, it could be that it just learned from humans. And humans sometimes don't indicate, so it kind of...
That's what I was thinking, like human, if I were driving and there's nobody behind me, street is completely empty, I may forget to show the blinker.
Right.
Or I may ignore it to show the blinker because it's safe.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely little bugs here and there still, like that. But it's shocking how many drives it completes without an intervention. Totally. You can almost expect it now to just be able to do the drive. It's now very surprising when you find something it can't do.
That's the key, we're doing it so many times that the confidence is building up for an average driver to use it that way, and then the confidence for the Tesla engineers is also building up as to what's working, what's not working. And then we're now getting into the edge cases about the gate that takes a little while to open, right?
Right.
That kind of stuff. So we're really, giving it the finishing touches. I think it's all wrapped up. We're
Yeah.
just making sure.
And
Now,
then the thing is, the first version of 12 could actually go through that gate. So it just kind of regressed on that for some reason.
yeah. So
We've
so
seen
as
that it can
smarter
be done.
gets, smarter it gets. Sometimes it tries to say, okay, maybe I'm in because at that gate now it's thinking like maybe it's the other gate because this one's not opening, right?
Right, yeah.
So
That's kind of what it was, yeah. It tries to go to the gate that's for incoming traffic. I wonder if we could just change the sensors or something so that it just opens a little more quickly when it detects the car.
Well, if we would have come from Anacapa, which is the other side of the street, right? Then it opens perfectly there because then it comes straight and it stops.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We should maybe just start the videos that way then.
Yeah.
Or actually, I mean, we can do both so that they get some data.
Yeah. I
And try and
like
get it
this
to work.
one better because hopefully video gets to them and they can see why we took over at that point.
Yeah. But I mean, I've sent them a lot of voice notes about that, so hopefully it'll be fixed in 12.4. And then here we got direct sunshine into the cameras. It's still able to drive, which I find pretty impressive. The amount of adversarial conditions it can handle, rain, fog, direct sunshine, is I think a lot more than people thought was possible.
I like how it starts moving when the light turns green, even though car in
Yeah.
front of you hasn't moved yet.
Yeah.
It kind of anticipates that it's gonna move now, and so let's
Yeah.
start.
That's a good point. It's really interesting how it does that.
One thing's for sure, I haven't gotten any traffic ticket for last 2 years because of FSD.
Yeah, I
So-
used to get so many speeding tickets,
Tell me about it.
and now just none. I think it could pay for itself in tickets alone if you're the kind of person who speeds a lot.
Well, not only speeds a lot, stop signs also and things like that. So, because we tend to do those rolling stops here.
Right, it doesn't roll any stops, that's for sure. It's not getting any tickets for that.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a ticket for that right here.
Yeah,
that
dude,
intersection.
Yeah. I remember that. So even though speed limit is 45, it decided to drive 45, not go 50.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder why. Maybe it saw the cones, maybe the school thing, maybe because we have to turn right soon.
Yeah, something.
Oh, now it heard us. It got self-conscious. Now it's going 47.
On getting in, it does better job than getting out because the gate opens way early. So let's see. Okay, coming up to the right turn. Early on in FSD, I remember it used to, oh, this guy is crossing, so let's see how it handles the pedestrian crossing. very well. It's waiting for him to finish his walk. And
Going at the right time.
Yeah. Perfect.
Not when he completely crossed, but
Yeah.
at the appropriate time.
There you go. The gate's opening. It perfectly waiting for the gate to completely open up. Where's it? Oh,
It does
there
that
you
where it
go,
goes,
yeah.
it swings a little too far.
Yeah.
I think it kind of thinks it's a roundabout sometimes.
It does. It does get a little confused at that point because it thinks of that as a roundabout. But
So from the time we got out of the gate, it took us to Best Buy and back with no interventions. It's pretty amazing.
From Best Buy, we literally pressed the button while we were in the parking spot.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's taking us parking spot to parking spot from Best Buy back with no interventions.
yeah, it would be nice if it parks in the garage.
Yeah,
Someday it might.
I think that's coming soon.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day in California.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a mom and a kid. Let's see how it handles that. Being cautious.
Mm-hmm.
Way farther right because of that. Pedestrians. And there we are. Perfectly parked. All the way to the side. How it pulled to the side. I like that. You don't have to...
So think about this. You could have literally been in the parking lot of Best Buy, push the button, it takes you here, you get out. You didn't touch anything.
I didn't touch anything.
And this is possible today, and people are still doubting. I don't know. I don't think they can do it.
Because most people focus on where it doesn't perform as well as it did for us, right? And their mind can understand that these are very few problems to solve now. The critical mass, the chunk of it, 99.99% is done.
Right.
So if those things, it wasn't making those mistakes or it wasn't making those errors, we wouldn't be having the steering wheel and the accelerator, right? We would be already in that robotaxi mode. So I've said this before too. Self-driving cars are not going, it's not a light switch that you will turn on and say, hey guys, we figured it out, here it is, you can buy it tomorrow, right? Self-driving cars started 2 years ago, and it's a small evolution. It's not a revolution, it's a small evolution. Every month it gets better. And now at the speed that they're collecting data, now that they lowered the price and everything else, I think it's going to accelerate us reaching that finished goal. So I've said this before too. My estimation is by the end of next year, they will be completely autonomous.
Yeah, I think that's my estimate too. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. And we'll have more for you soon.
Thanks.